What's lumpin' lumpies?
What's lumpin' lumpies?
Hey.
Welcome to Lumpy Milk Podcast, the show where the points don't matter. Just like the American election.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
That's what I said last time. But
Hey guys, this is our Trump episode. Third episode in, we decided we're going to do a deep dive, 3 hours into the American political landscape.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Everyone clicked out.
I'm your host, Sean. I'm joined by the cutie boy, Chris, over here.
Cutie boy Chris and Madame Lump.
The cutie girl,
Madame Lump.
Emma over there. We got some nostalgia to talk about here. But first, Emma has a story to tell.
So earlier today, we recorded a episode this morning, and we planned on doing one later tonight, which is right now. And so we're all lit off of the lumps. And Sean was just a little bit too lit off the lumps that he went and was cleaning out his room, which was absolutely fucking disgusting because we've been doing laundry and a bunch of shit and working and stuff, so we haven't had a chance to clean our apartment. And so his room was disgusting. He pulls out a cup that, not last night, but the night before, we had milk
Oh, no.
with some, I don't remember, or maybe it was like brownies or like something like that. And I took off my nail polish in his room the other day, and I threw away my little cotton balls inside that cup because I needed to take away the cup, and there was like 2 bowls there too, so I was planning on taking it the next morning when I woke up and like cleaning them, and I never did, so it's been like 2 days. And Sean was showing me the cup. Earlier because he cleaned out his room finally, and was showing me inside the cup to look at my like chunky nail cotton balls, and
Oh, God.
he's showing it to me, and I can't like see inside of it, so I grab it from him, and I'm laying down on the couch and tilt it to look into it because I thought that it was a cup that was cleaned in the dishwasher and like there was stuff stuck in it or something, and so like it didn't come out. He wanted to show me what was still stuck in it, so I tilt it, and it splashes on my chin, on my neck, and down like around the back of my neck.
It was funny.
And it was lumpy fucking milk. It stunk so bad.
It smelled like the most rancid cat butt you'll ever smell in your life.
It smelled just like anal glands, like cat anal glands.
Times like 10.
Yeah. And it was chunked onto me, so I literally ripped off my clothes and ran into the bathroom and started scrubbing myself, which Sean just showered before that, so the water was ice cold. So I'm in the ice cold shower scraping chunks of milk off. So we were just so lit off of lumpy milk that I just had to get showered in lumpy milk.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's just what happens.
That's what I get.
When you do a podcast called Lumpy Milk Podcast. You just get milk all over you all the time.
Yeah. It comes true.
Yeah.
I deserved that for leaving that cup of milk and not cleaning it.
Yeah, that's whatever. It was funny.
Why you didn't say what it was when you were handing it to her?
It's because
he
like did kind of. He just was like tilting it to be like, oh, it was your nail things, which what I thought, I couldn't like figure it out. Like my brain was like going too slow to be like, oh, he's showing me the cotton balls in the cup still, not like they were washed and like I don't know. It was my fault for just being dumb and just being like, and like pouring it on myself instead of like just looking in or sitting up to look in what he was like showing me. I don't know, but yeah, I was covered in milk. Yep.
It's good stuff.
Yep.
Look at this photograph. And it was like a Polaroid of me and Chris being bros.
Being bros.
Being bros.
Took a picture of us sitting around the podcast table to either maybe give away one day or save it for life.
Sell it to a hooker on the side of the street.
Sell it to a
We
hooker.
don't have hookers around here.
Ah, fuck yeah. Have this picture instead. Okay. Just don't pay the same amount of money.
Alright, so what are we getting into today?
I don't think we have a hooker in our area.
No, there's probably somewhere around here. They're just staying indoors here.
Find hookers in your area.
It's called Tinder.
Tell us what we're getting into, Sean.
We got... We're going to be talking about the things we missed as kids. Things
we miss as Wait, I'm so confused.
Things that we miss
When we were kids.
when we were
From
kids.
when we were kids.
From when we were kids.
Woo!
Not that we missed, that we didn't get a chance to experience.
Yeah, we missed out. Like, Sean never went to Disney World. Wait, have you been to Disney World, Chris?
When I was 2.
That doesn't count.
Everyone always goes when they can't remember it.
Yeah.
I went when I was
Also,
5.
we're going to be talking about some childhood fears. Whether they be rational or irrational. We don't know yet. We're going to be talking about that. So,
Sean's doing the worst face right now.
Yeah, I don't. He's like squinting his eyes and like.
so when I ask you guys, what do you miss when you were kids? What is the first thing that comes to mind?
Falling asleep on the couch and my dad carrying me to bed, pretending to be
Pretending
asleep.
yeah, I did that in the car a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I don't think I pretended to for I always like, just was actually asleep. Because I was a super heavy sleeper as a kid, so I would just like pass out and like not wake up. There was like
Parents like shaking you, like, oh my god.
like legit, there was like one time we went to Canada and like there was like a flood in like the hotel room and there was like a bunch of like my parents were like freaking out trying to like get like because like I guess like something like flooded and I was like asleep the entire night, had no idea, woke up in the morning and they were just like yeah.
Wow. That's pretty terrifying.
Chris, what do you think of when I say what do you miss most with being a kid?
Yeah, no responsibility, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the only thing.
The only thing that's false.
The only.
I meant like, never mind.
You don't miss fucking 10 o'clock bedtimes?
Well,
That's
no.
like later than I stay up now. I'm tired at like 5 p.m.
What I think of first thing that comes to mind when I think of that question is playing video games all the time. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah, not having to work and just stay at home, like getting out
summer
of school.
vacation,
Summer.
just like staying up all night every night playing like World of Warcraft or MLB The Show. Pretty weird pairing, but
You could still do it.
Sean's one of those weirdos that likes sports and is also like a nerd. So
I like almost a little bit of everything.
He's a rare breed.
I'm a jack of all trades, master of none.
Jack of all nerds.
Jack off of all
jack
nerds.
off on nerds.
Jack me off, nerd.
God.
It's like a bully in like school.
Yeah.
Jack me off, nerd. I'm sure that's happened.
Definitely.
It kind of happens in sex education.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's a good show. You guys should watch that if you're of age.
There's just so many, like me and Josh just hanging out, like playing Nazi Zombies and Gauntlet Dark Legacy on the PS2, dude. Good shit. And we just literally do it for like hours and hours and hours. Like we can't do that now even if we wanted to.
Yeah, you can. You just have to not do anything else.
Yeah, you just have to like, you just have to get out of work and then do that all night.
Yeah, I miss not working. Just summer vacation in general was always the best.
True. Kind of. I don't know.
What do you mean?
What are you
kind
talking
of?
about,
It's like
Chris?
a 50-50. You know, there's just some days when there's like literally nothing to do and just like sitting around, like nothing on TV, like bored.
Well, I had a computer in my room.
Some of us weren't as lucky.
I wasn't lucky. It was the worst computer ever.
Yeah, but it was also like decades ago.
You didn't have a computer in your room?
No, we only had a family computer.
Same,
Back in those
actually.
days.
I wasn't rich.
Yeah, that was actually me too. We had a computer, like family computer. So we started getting older, and I had phone. Someone just got in an accident outside. I just heard a car like screeching. I don't ever think I've like ever had a computer until I was like high school, but I was always on like my phone. Once we started getting cell phones that could use the internet and like not terribly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that was still like recent. That still wasn't
Yeah.
like in like barely in like school.
Yeah, true.
I think that was like high school maybe.
True. But still, it's being bored in the summer is better than being in school, like,
Or-
miserable.
True.
Yeah. I miss being a horny little child all the time.
Ew, why?
You still are.
Yeah, but I was a child then.
What?
No, I'm not.
Why would you want that?
I know.
Because I'd literally be up at like 6 in the morning, like.
I'm like jerking it 6 times a day.
Yeah.
I'd literally be up until like 6 in the morning watching and fast forwarding through all the rated R movies that my household owned to see if I could find any boobs or sex scenes.
Yeah, but now you can just
It was lit.
use the internet and like find it like anytime.
Yeah, but it was the thrill of one more kill.
I was just about to say.
The thrill of one more cream. Throw one more kill of those sperm.
It was the thrill of just being like, am I gonna find it? It's like loot boxes in games. Like,
True.
You
That's
don't know
crazy.
what you pop in the movie, which is just like the box, and you fast forward, which is like opening the box, and then scanning through it all is like getting the content in the box.
I think that's a good a good quote. Porn before like 2010 was like the equivalent of like modern day loot boxes.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get. And also, the Girls Gone Wild, like the thing on Comedy Central at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I remember like waking up and like seeing those.
Being like,
Yeah, it was sick.
I remember
Good
seeing
times.
it, being like, felt weird, but like, also thought it
Felt
was like
weird.
excited about it. But
Whoa.
okay, well, I was just about to say, so Sean the other day
What'd I do?
said something so weird that, like, if he said it to us, it would have been, like, not weird, but Sean the other day said something really weird to one of our coworkers, and he's a manager, and he said, basically, our coworker is fine about it. We've talked about much more inappropriate things, but
Hardly.
Sean's going off about saying that he remembers when he was a kid going to Walmart and looking at all the underwear models, like the half-naked guys, and getting, like, turned on by it.
I was turned on. I was just fascinated by the giant dong.
Oh yeah, Sam.
But still, I'm like, Sean, you couldn't have said boobs or anything. You're just like,
No.
yeah, they have big dicks, and I liked that.
I wasn't like, I like that. I was
You
just
were,
like,
basically. Yep, he's
I was
choking on
saying,
dicks.
I was staring at it because I was like, wow. I even remember telling Aiden, or the kid, that,
We're doing a lot of beeps here.
I even remember telling him that I was just admiring them.
Yeah, I feel like when you're young, it's not as like. I feel like you're more just open because it's just like
Sexy
what is happening, like
things.
anything. It's just like
Yeah.
what is like going on.
Yeah, it's like
My body's literally on fire.
Yeah,
I was-
true.
I vividly remember just staring at one dude's wiener.
It's because you were just like an
There's
inch,
whitey
and then there's like
tighties.
this like
Yeah.
grown dudes were just like
Have
Yeah.
huge
I
dongs.
remember just staring at one for like a solid like couple minutes.
I'm sure there was some adults walking by being like,
My mom was like, "You looking at their wieners?" I was like, "No."
no, she didn't actually do that.
Yeah,
did
she did.
Oh
I would-
my fucking god.
I would
Yeah.
fully see her doing that.
Yeah, I was like 10, maybe 9, 8, somewhere
That's
around
such a
there.
weird parent thing to do.
Yeah, my mom's not very.
I feel like parents aren't very perceptive. I guess
I know.
they just seem to not remember kids.
I feel like, or they just are like, oh, it's my kid, I love them. It's like, whatever, it's a normal thing, but it's like, get the fuck away from me. Like, get the fuck away from me. I feel like when I was a kid, I feel like when I would see, I think that I was weirded out about guys being, like, naked. Like, looking at underwear pictures would weird me out, but looking at girls wouldn't bother me. But I think it's just because I was a girl, and I'm like, I have that too, but, like, looking at a guy, I'm like, oh my god, I shouldn't be seeing this. So I just felt like I shouldn't be seeing this instead of just being like, I don't know. I guess like when I was a kid, fucking big dicks was like weird to me and not like awesome.
But I mean that makes sense because you're kind of transitioning from that like kids like staying like kind of with their own gender thing.
Yeah.
Like moving into that.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I get it.
Alright, let's try to move away a little
I
bit from
know.
the childhood sexuality.
I know.
But
What, you don't want to talk about that? You want to talk about 13-year-olds?
what other things do you guys miss about being a child?
Not ever feeling old or like
Hurting.
ever.
Literally,
What?
I just ate like a couple handfuls of M&Ms and I'm like sick for the next year.
Yeah, or like eating like whatever, like being able to chug like 2 like
Ugh.
12 packs of Mountain Dew and like feel like literally nothing.
Yeah.
Just feel just lit and be like, oh, I feel great.
Chugging amp when you're like
Yeah.
13 and being like, let's eat McDonald's and let's go get a bunch of snacks and this and a bunch of chocolate and then another amp and we're just like lit and now we take like one sip of coffee or like a handful of M&Ms and are like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're that age, appreciate it while you can.
Yeah.
Just live it up.
Yeah. Do it now.
Don't want to get old.
I eat ramen every single day for lunch, and I've been feeling as the days go by, it's getting more and more painful, and I feel sick after. Constantly have a headache, constantly tired. You have to drink water and eat like a piece of
salad.
Yeah, a piece of baked chicken on a salad.
No, so when you were energized like, all the time, just eating raw sugar.
Yes.
Good times.
I miss all of the toys. I feel like you were always super entertained, which now we have like a very select few things to do. Well, not a select few, but much less of an option of having fun than we did when we were kids. Like, we could go mini golfing or bowling or go to the movies, but back then you could literally like tie a blanket around your like neck and make your sister walk you like a dog and be like act like an animal or play with toys and dolls and
True.
Beanie Babies and stuff like that.
Just
True.
like do anything basically.
Yeah.
And have fun.
I would go into my cabinets and take like a bowl and put flour in it and water in it and like hot chocolate powder and then like apples in it and then throw it in the microwave and like set it on fire, and I thought it was like the most lit fun ever. It's like now I literally hate cooking and like doing anything. But yeah. What about you, Sean?
Well, kind of piggybacking what we were talking about earlier, I miss like baseball and stuff, to be honest.
What do you mean?
I miss actually being into it and playing it and caring about it and stuff.
Just being passionate about things.
And-
Before society brought us down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm passionate about plenty of things now, but not sports. Not like I was in my youth.
Things change.
Back when not when I'm 24 years old.
If only you focused on baseball instead of fucking guys' dicks at Walmart or staying up all night to find boobs in a movie.
Yeah, true. Ruined my life looking at boobs and dicks.
Yep.
Kids these days, it's all they do.
Yep.
Boys only want one thing. And it's
Boobs
men's
and-
underwear packages.
Yeah. Boobs and dicks.
Are there any like TV shows that you guys miss or music or anything like the old internet?
I miss the old music because I feel like
I feel like a woman.
Yes, I feel like a woman. I feel like the music was much better than it is today. And I know that's like, I don't know. It's like, I can't think of the word to say, but
Cliche.
I guess. It's just, it is so bad. And like, I've literally not listened to the radio in maybe like 2 years. Like, not once, not a single time, besides like maybe being in someone else's car or something. But the radio's so bad. All the stations that play like the top like pop hits are so fucking bad. Which like, that's all I listened to for years, and I was always miserable listening to it because it's like just the same like handful of songs over and over again, and they're not even that good. But I miss the music when we were younger. It was much better. Like Simple Plan and Good Charlotte, that shit was fucking lit. I loved getting lit blaring that.
That's why we got Spotify now.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing on the drive home, literally.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Listening to like old like music.
Yeah. That's what I have Spotify, but I need to like get premium. But I basically just use YouTube because I have YouTube Red, and I like make playlists, and
I forgot you can do that. I forgot
Yeah.
you do that.
it's if you're paying for Spotify, then don't pay for YouTube because it's expensive now. I think we get like $13 or something.
I think it's 12.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something like that. But I don't know. I just got YouTube Red so I could drive with it like my screen locked, but I kind of just like throw my phone down anyway, so I could just not pay for it. Well, it gets rid of ads, so yeah.
That's why I use it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Use it for you.
Use it for
Sean.
you, Sean. Model 64, shout out for the third time. I'm gonna do it once every episode.
Sure, why not?
I miss all of the shows I miss all the stuff that I used to watch when I was a kid, and as in, like, which I feel like all the shows got better when I got a little bit older. So when I was, like, late middle school and early high school, I felt like all the shows, like, the live action shows on Disney Channel or Nickelodeon or whatever were so fucking good. And, like, all the stuff on VH1, all those shows, all the love shows, Rock of Love, all those, Shot at Love, all those. And then MTV, or I think it was called MTV2, when it had all the music videos all the time, 24 hours. Besides, like, late at night, they would do, like, the Pants Off Dance Off show. That was so good. It was really, like...
What?
Even heard of Pants Off Dance Off?
I don't think so.
Sean, you explain it.
Well, I never watched it that much, but all I really remember was Jodie Sweetin of Full House fame hosted it at one point, and those are just like videos of people like dancing.
It was like weird people. Like there would be like someone who was like a cosplayer or something weird, or like a furry, or someone that was like covered in tattoos and had like crazy piercings, and they would like choose a song to dance to, and they would like strip, but it was like not super sexual. Some of them could be, but like it was more like funny and stuff. But they would like get naked, but it would be like blurred out. And once they got completely naked, it would like they would stop it and then like move on to the next person. But it was funny because it was just a bunch of weird people and like Jodie Sweetin being like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it was so good. It was on like really late at night on MTV2, and my friends and I used to go. I used to live basically in a downtown strip area, and we'd leave my house and walk over to the Richdales and get a bunch of fucking amps and Arizona iced tea cans, a bunch of snacks, and stay up wicked late and eat ramen. We used to make ramen like in the middle of the night and stay up and watch that. And
damn.
Yeah, that was so much fun. That's probably like one of the best summers of my life, was doing that with my friends. We just stay up and watch MTV all night, and then all day just have it on and just be dancing around and like screaming to like all the music videos.
You know what I miss the most?
What?
Middle school dances.
I fucking... If there was dances now and it was appropriate, that instead of going to like a club and getting like fucked by like 30 drunk dudes, I would so be there.
Right?
Oh,
If it was like...
Let's start that. We can do it.
I mean, it was like... I mean, the club is like fine. It would be fun if it was just like guys ruin it though. But...
I remember me and Chris went to every single middle school dance.
Did you?
Yeah. Me and Chris went to the same school our whole lives. Emma didn't.
I don't even remember going to school. Who are you? What is this?
Where are
what
we?
are we doing?
Well, it's funny though, because like I lived 2 hours away from... I grew up 2 hours away from Chris and Sean, and we have like the same stories. Like all the middle school dances were exactly the same. Like everything was exactly the same. It's weird.
It's just all the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, going to the break area, getting a Sprite.
Getting a Sprite, chugging a Sprite, getting some like sour gummy worms.
Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, Sour Patch Kids, and
Run back out there for Cotton Eye Joe.
yes.
Oh, they're starting it. We gotta go.
Run in there for a
Chug it.
fucking Low by Flo Rida.
Oh my fucking
Do
god.
an electric slide or whatever.
Yeah, and the
Cha-cha
to
slide.
the right, to the right, to the right, to the
Never
right,
heard that song.
to the left, to
Wasn't
the
that
left.
Superman song then too? Also, was that
Is it,
later?
oh yeah, no, that was a little bit.
Superman by Three Doors Down.
No, the other no.
Soldier Boy, Superman, that hoe now why me you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Classic middle school song.
Hell yeah! And then you'd leave, and then what was that? A fucking. No, I guess it was like the cha-cha slide and fucking Cotton Eye Joe.
Who are those DJs? Let's find them. Who were they? Just random people.
Random like old men just sitting there like, why am I here?
I remember one dance, the DJ played a Linkin Park song.
And you were like,
one step closer too, so it was heavy.
really?
God.
Yeah.
Damn! Sean remembers that to this day.
Sean was taking one step closer to the girl he liked.
Yeah. And takes another step back and decides he'll get another Sprite.
He needs 3 Sprites to get his confidence up.
Yeah, he
I need
needs that.
50 more cents.
Can I do an extra quarter? Do a quarter.
Do a
Lady
quarter?
at the laundromat.
Everything was super cheap. Ugh.
I remember me, Josh, and another kid would do like dance offs in the corner.
Stop.
Big, your turn. And then like one of us would like do some stupid fucking dance. And it was really funny. And some girl walked up to me and she's like, "You're really bad."
Did you sock her in the cooch?
No.
Remember who it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to know after. Why am I remembering sack tapping as like a middle school dance thing that happened all the time, or just in general?
Because you were
Sack tapping.
petrified of getting sack tapped.
Because I feel like that happened a lot.
The best.
I feel like middle school boys just attacked each other all the time.
Yeah.
I love sack tapping to this day. Chris.
Don't even think about it, dude.
That's fucked up.
Sack tap you.
No, you won't.
I
Tap your
never
sack.
found any of that shit to be funny. Never. Except for one time, I went on this field trip when I was in 6th grade, and it was like this beach thing, but it was also like, I forget what we learned about, but it was like some educational thing, and we had to learn like the way like settlers built things and stuff like that. It was, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what it was, but we would have like lunch and then break time, basically a recess, and we were like, there was like, it was all sand and like volleyball nets and like a basketball court and stuff like that. And for some reason, we were there for a week. For some reason, table topping was like lit. We were all like, you know what that is? When you like, when someone's standing there and then someone goes down on all fours behind them and someone goes in front of the person that's standing and pushes them and they trip and fall over the person that was like the table behind them. We were like all doing that like crazy. Like there was like 100 kids just getting tabletop like at all times, and I started dating this kid, and I wanted to do it to him so bad, and I remember just humming his body across someone and just watching him fall and like jiggle around and smash onto the ground, and I was like, he looked ugly while he was falling, so I'm dumping him.
Jesus, yeah,
it's fine.
That's insane. Just kids just attacking each other.
Yeah.
But jokingly.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it.
And then, like, the guys would get, like, wicked mad and, like, punch each other and get pissed and, like, basically fight.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will.
Will.
Shout out to Will.
Shout out to Will, our manager.
Chris, what about you? What else do you miss? Some sweet memories.
Oh, actually, Emma said it in a way, which is recess.
Oh,
Slowly taken away from us over the years.
Yeah.
Did you have recess in high school?
No, we had half an hour up until, and then I think 5th grade was still half an hour, and then 6th grade I think was 15 minutes.
Yeah, they cut it off.
And then they cut it off in 7th. Right? I want to say there was something else.
What?
There was like some weird replacement thing, but it was like study hall.
Yeah, there was like a break. There was like recess and then it was break. Oh, I think you got a break in 7th grade also, and then 8th grade it was just like, no, you have to be an adult now.
What? That's so weird. I remember when I got into... in middle school, we had recess. It was lunch, and then you'd have, like, I think we had a half an hour outside.
Yeah.
And, or inside, whatever. We just had a recess. And when we were going into high school, they're like, you're not getting recess, like, something, blah, blah, blah. And we're all like, oh my God, no, it's going to be terrible. But they still gave us the half an hour added on to our lunch period. So it's like, we could go outside, we could do whatever. So it literally was recess. They were just like, you're not getting recess, but you still get this half an hour to do whatever you want. So we're like, we'd have our lunch and then go outside and like people play soccer, or we just hang outside on the picnic tables. And
I wish we like had that. That would have been like cool.
That just seems weird to me, which like I understand they're like, you need to grow up and blah, 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 but it's like we get break at work and we're all adults. Like, we could go outside and play soccer if we fucking wanted to. It's like...
It's because it's like, I think probably just like bad school system. Like, no, you can like, be inside like all day, like miserable.
Yeah, I feel like it's super important for, I don't care what age you are, that you need to be able to get a chance to go outside, or that it should be like mandatory. I feel like if it was nice out and not like freezing, I feel like it should be a mandatory thing that you need to get fresh air and like sunshine, because you literally, it is like proven that people get depressed and shit because you don't get sun. So it's like, it should be a mandatory thing that people should go outside, or even if it's not out in the sun, you should have like shaded picnic tables or something. I
believe now at our school they have, I've seen like they like let kids out at like the front like area, but there's like teachers watching stuff. But when we were in school, it's like no, you're not going outside. If you're like a senior, you can like leave early. But that's like the most. It's like they didn't have like we did not go outside. I think like maybe a couple times in like gym class, but that was about it.
That's super weird. That's so weird. Maybe they had some like issue with your like class or like the couple like around like your years or whatever. Like maybe there was just like a bunch of problems. They were just like, meh, we're getting rid of recess for the next couple of years or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just weird to me and also wrong, but
It was definitely like shitty.
yeah. But is there anything else you missed, Sean, that you can think of?
MySpace.
Oh,
MySpace.
we're gonna have a whole episode on MySpace.
Oh, we will. But
MySpace and AIM.
I just want to say,
AIM.
yeah, the early days of social media and instant messaging, dude. Those were some lit times.
Everything was just so much innocent. There wasn't constant, shitty like Facebook data schemes and like
Yeah.
everyone like being awful and like annoying. It was literally like people being like, it was like memes before memes were a thing, kind of, and people just like enjoying life.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
remember-
god.
I remember vividly being obsessed with like MySpace and AIM and stuff
Same.
to the point where I was like, it was like crack. Like I needed
Yeah.
to go on to like check my messages or whatever the hell. Like I need to check my MySpace. That was like a phrase
When
back
you would-
in the day.
When we would literally hack or whatever it's called, like we put in all like the symbols and letters and custom and blah 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 to like edit our like backgrounds.
Oh my fucking God.
And we'd add our fucking top song and our top 8, and then we could change it to be like top 16 or top 3 or whatever. Oh my god. It was so
Yeah.
good.
If you didn't have your significant others, your top one,
You're done.
they ain't the one.
Yeah. It ain't gonna
If they ain't
last.
one, they ain't the one.
That's right. Oh my god, in AIM where you could have your like, you could change all the colors in your font, bitch. And
Your
font.
sign-on sound.
Yes, and when people would sign on, you could put a bell on for like your like best friend or something. I never did that, but my friend Nicolette like liked this guy who like didn't really like her, and she would put a bell on his name. So when she'd hear the bell, she would really like sprint to her computer and get it on and be like, "Hey," and
All
he'd be
I,
like, "Okay."
I just remember like sitting on the computer, having AIM open, and like hearing someone's sign-on noise, like their custom one.
Oh
Be like, oh, that person's on. And
Yeah.
just click on it. Be like, hey,
yeah.
and they like don't reply for some reason. They sign off. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like
What?
they actually. It's because like one of their parents went onto the computer and turned it on, and it automatically turned on
Yeah.
AIM. Oh my god.
I wish I remembered all that stuff just a little bit better. I like don't because my memory's like garbage. But it's sad. Except for I have that one website archive thing of Sean's MySpace. It's the only one I could find of all our friends. I'll frame it for you for your birthday.
That's so awesome. I wish that I could. I remember my username at one point was DevilDog150, and it was spelled DAWG, and it had a big X and a small X in the
Damn.
beginning and the end. Yeah.
Yes, you don't have the X's with the XX.
Yeah. But Devil Dogs were my favorite like snack, so that's literally why I did it. And I was like Devil Dog, and then Dog DAWG because I thought that was cool back then.
Sounds wicked cool.
It
Yeah.
was at the time.
Yeah. I forget. I had another name that was like before that I had for a wicked long time, and I think that it was like cringy, so I changed it to that, thinking that was less cringy. But I don't know. I should have asked some of my friends. I feel like my friend Fiona would remember what my username was. Hers, for some reason, was Frog Brigade.
Yes.
I feel like it was in like a show or like song of like something that was like she thought was cool, like the Grateful Dead or like something like that. But I don't know. It could be a show or nothing. She just made it up. I don't know.
My AIM screen name was Sean Rules Games.
With a G? Or a Z?
No, Sean Rules Games.
You ruled the game.
I rule the games.
Damn.
Conquered everybody.
ruler.
Damn.
My
First, do you remember what yours
MySpace.
was?
I don't remember. Like I have it on the computer so I could like go on and like look at it.
Ugh.
Because when Josh and I, like 2 years, a friend and I literally went through like all our old stuff, like trying to like figure it out.
Oh my god. Was it super cringy? Like,
Oh yeah, we were going through like Facebook stuff and like trying to find it. Everything got deleted though, because you know, Yahoo
Yahoo.
Yahoo.
buying out AIM, deleting those servers.
No.
Josh talked to a guy at like customer service, being like, "What happened?" And he was like telling him,
No.
like, "Yeah, they like had to get rid of everything for like legal reasons. So if you didn't have your hard drives,
Oh my
Damn.
god. That's
which
crazy.
is also why we tried going through Sean's old hard drives,
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
they exploded."
Psychos. Get fucking psychos. you know what your MySpace name was at all at any point in your MySpace
Stop.
career?
You're trying to embarrass me.
I could again. I could probably find it through like searching.
You don't
things,
remember?
But I don't remember. I don't like. I'm just like I don't remember like enough of that stuff, and it bugs me that I don't.
My final one, the last ever Sean Murray MySpace name was I Can Breathe in Space.
Nice.
If I saw
'Cause
that,
of,
I'd be like, he's hot.
That does sound like a hot like
Yeah.
thing at the time.
Yeah.
It was an Enter
Same.
Shikari lyric.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny because that's what my name was a lyric to, but it was a much more cringy song.
Was it your final one?
It was my final one. It was "Don't Blow Your Fuse,"
Yeah.
and the word "fuse" was in brackets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't blow your fuse.
Yeah, don't blow your fuse. And my profile picture was, for a wicked long time, was me with a sideways baseball cap, with doing the peace sign, the sideways peace sign.
Holy fucking shit.
Really
Yes.
cringy. I was just doing the pose. That's why that little silence was me doing the pose. But yep, don't blow your fuse. And the song was from, my cousin is a dancer. She's been a dancer forever. And one of her competition songs was something about don't blow your fuse. But it wasn't like sick. It was like, sounded like a Disney princess song. Because she was like, probably like 8 at the time. And it was like a musical or something. I'll like find it and let you guys hear it. It's really fucking cringy. It was so dumb. But I was like, don't blow your fuse. That sounds cool. Like, I'm going to make that be my profile.
I had like a million different MySpace names throughout my life. They're all definitely lyrics, every single one of them. My top 8 were always bands in like the Red Sox and Bruins. Those are always my top 8.
Because people know where the real OGs are at.
Yeah.
I gotta let people know what my favorite bands are ranked.
Yes.
Top 5 bands. That's money. So, things I miss when I was a kid. You got playing video games all the time. Summer vacation, middle school dances, Walmart dicks,
Yes.
MySpace. But the number one thing I miss is hanging out with friends.
The thing is,
Get
like,
sappy.
it sucks because when you're younger, it's harder to be able to hang out with people because of transportation and like have to get parents' permission. But now that we're older, it's hard because we're in school, like people are in college or doing like or working or have a family or like have like moved away, and it's like even if you have a car and have like you're in charge of yourself, it's like it's harder now than it was back when, because you could just be like, I'll walk like fucking 10 miles and we can meet up and like don't have to be home before dark. So it's like it was easier when we were kids.
I feel like it was also easier because I feel like you also just have more friends in general, which is like more enjoyable. You can like just get like 6 people because everyone lives like in like the same like area, so it's just like
Yeah, agreed. Like I have a decent amount of friends, a handful of friends that I can't see myself bringing them all together to hang out. Like I brought one of my friends I grew up in Mass. I brought one of my friends from Mass to hang out with my New Hampshire friends, and none of them got along, and it was super bad and terrible, and I will never do it again. And it's like, it's weird because back when it was just everyone knew each other and everyone was like best friends. It's just a huge group of best friends. But
imagine being a parent. Imagine being like just like a 9-year-old parent. You just have like 6 kids like in your house, and you're just like not giving a shit. Like, what the fuck is happening like right now?
yeah.
29, we're almost kind of there.
No, we're not, Sean.
Just one more high school's length away.
I will slap you in the face. Slap you one more.
You guys ready to have kids?
No.
Let's adopt.
But yeah,
God.
hanging out with friends all the time. Kind of took for granted hanging out with not hanging out with, but like being around my family, because I don't see any of them ever anymore.
I feel like you just take everything for granted as a kid too, though, just in general. it'll never end.
Yeah.
It's like, recently, this isn't about being a kid, well, it kind of is, but I was thinking, like, within the last week, I can't really remember when, but all the memories I have of, like, living with family and whatnot, and my dad being around all the time, they're just like, it's done. It's over, because we live here now.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did that not, like, sink in till, like, that moment at, like, 3 in the morning or whatever? It's like...
No, it did. You just were rethinking about it, being like, holy shit.
Well, it's like, ever since we moved in, it's like, it just feels like we moved in. It's not like, it doesn't feel like anything's really changed, even though it has. Like, in like a year, I'll be like, remember when I used to not live on my own? It's weird.
True.
It's pretty weird. Because obviously I'm not going to be moving back in with anyone now. Why would I?
Unless our, house gets set on fire.
Yeah, but we just got another apartment.
True.
Well, I haven't been living at home since I was 18. It's just like, it was weird going from the transition of, like, driving down to see, like, my family, so 2 hours away, and being, like, that feeling of home. It was weird that it went from there to now here. It's like, I would feel at home being here and not there. And it's just weird because I grew up there for 18 years. It's just weird.
Oh, yeah, it kind of just, like, switches over, like, really quick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You just
Like,
adapt.
I want to go home and be in bed. And it's like, that's here. It was just weird.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, we're being a little pressed on time here.
No!
We'll start talking about our childhood fears. What are you guys scared of?
Ah! Anyone's attacking us.
What were you scared of, Chris?
Scared of the dark,
Scared of the dark.
obviously.
Are you scared of the dark now?
No, not as much. Well, not really, no. I'm sort of like potential murderers in the dark, but not like the actual dark.
Chris hand gestured, shanking.
Yeah. But not like the actual dark. I remember, like, like locking the door and running upstairs after having to shut the lights off because they were near the door.
I still do that. Like,
That's me.
when I get home and have to turn off the light for the porch, I'm just like, I fucking book it. I just look back every time and make sure there's not some guy like
behind the locked door.
No, yeah, behind the locked door, like, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
Behind the locked door, so he's locked, so you can't get in.
Because you want to make sure
It's still scary if some guy was doing this at the window.
Yeah, I know.
You want to make sure they weren't like waiting in the basement for 6 hours for you to come downstairs and like lock the door. So.
Oh my god.
Also clowns, big thing for me.
Really?
Yeah, didn't like clowns.
Is that still a current thing, or?
Kind of, just not a big fan. Actually, yes, kind of, because I literally tried to watch like, yeah, I just don't like them at all. Like I watched the new It, and that was like okay, but they're just, I don't like it. I remember watching the like older one when I was like little, and I literally watched like the first like scene, and like,
yeah,
shouldn't have watched that.
Do you remember?
Oh, what's this?
Do you remember in like 2017 was when all those like clowns were like?
Yeah, that shit was fucked up.
I was terrified. I was so afraid that I was gonna get legit like killed by a clown.
But no one, I forgot that was a thing. That was insane. I don't know why that was ever like okay. I don't remember what else. It was just I just didn't like the dark. I guess I didn't have any, like, much else. Oh, Sean's closing a window.
I put in a lap, so we delete this part.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to talk. I didn't
Oh,
realize.
that's fine.
Emma, I peeled off the sticker.
Sean.
Chris, anything else? Anything else you're afraid of?
Not really. I think it was mainly that.
I don't believe you, Chris Davis.
I'm trying to think.
You jump out a lot of stuff.
What do you mean I jump at a lot of stuff?
kind of a scaredy cat.
I have cat-like reflexes, which means I'm ready to go in case of something happening. Yes, you're right. I am naturally reflexive and, smart and adaptive. You're right.
Kitty.
I'm a cat. Meow.
You sound like SpongeBob when they're meow.
That episode.
They turn into snails. That's so scary. That episode is terrifying.
Yeah.
When SpongeBob's like, meow, meow, meow. It's like, holy shit, outside the window. Fuck.
It's like the guy peering in.
Yeah, that's literally exactly what it is. That's why it's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just all potentially, things happening.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get murdered. That was the big thing.
Yeah. What about you, Sean?
Well, spiders. Still terrified. Completely still not have nightmares about spiders. Mainly the daddy long legs that were at my first house that I ever lived in for years and years. That were that place was fucking infested with daddy long legs. Everywhere you look, be a fucking daddy long leg in that corner, daddy long leg in that corner, that corner over there.
Was anyone cleaning them?
No.
Yeah, then your parents should be better and calling them out on the podcast. They need to clean them. And you should have cleaned them too, which you can do that
10
now.
years old.
You can do that now. Grab a broom.
Exposure therapy.
You can grab a broom.
You can be around me when I puke.
Good point. Good point. So all you gotta do is get off your ass, come to me, grab the fucking broom, bring it to me and say, here's the broom, there's a spider in the hallway, can you please go get it? And I will get up and go get it for you.
Let's just take one and put it on your face.
I love spiders. I always have. Anytime there's a daddy long legs around, me, my mom, we would leave them. We think they're cute. They're just hanging out. It's whatever. Anytime we'd ever have any. So when I see them in the hallway, I'm like, I don't care. But I don't pay attention. I don't look up. I'm like, oh my god, I'm scared of spiders.
I do, because there's always 15 on a doorway.
When I go to the fair, I look around, I'm like, holy shit, someone's puking. So I get where you're looking around, where the fuck are the spiders? But I don't notice it because I'm not scared of them. So if you see a spider, say, hey, Emma, there's a spider right there. Go get it. I'll be like, sure.
Or take the cat and lift it up, and it'll
no, because I'll be near it.
No, it'll be near, yeah.
Oh, right.
And it might freak out and
fly at you.
Jump at you onto your face, up into your nose.
Yeah. I got itchy.
Any others?
Yeah. My mom let me watch The Evil Dead when I was in 2nd grade. It scarred me for life.
Oh, I did watch what was it? Also the doll one, Chucky. So that fucked me up a little bit too.
Chucky, yeah. But yeah, it made me terrified of the woods at night.
Yeah.
Which is scary as fuck, regardless.
I haven't seen that.
The Evil Dead.
It's like a comedy.
It's like a cabin in the woods movie.
Okay.
Like one of those types of horror movies.
It's also it's like a comedy type.
Kind of. It was very campy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was scary as fuck. So, zombies and demons and stuff. And, yeah, scared me for the rest of my life. I could not. That's why I hate the game Slender.
Play it.
It's all about being in the woods at night and shit coming out of nowhere.
That's terrifying.
I lived in near woods, so it was like,
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, if you lived where I lived, you then saw that, you would have been traumatized, around
I'd
the
have
woods.
nightmares every night.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's literally terrible.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Let me think here. I did think of one earlier, but now I can't think of it.
Oh no. There it is.
Stop.
Was it something that you're scared of now, or when you were a kid, or both?
Kid.
But you're not afraid of it anymore?
I don't think so.
Hot chicks.
Right? Talking to hot chicks. Can't do it anymore. No, I won't be able to think of it.
Alright.
Emma, what are you afraid of?
I was afraid of, certain songs when it would get, one of the things I used to listen to fall asleep at night was, my dad would burn CDs of, songs from, cartoons and, theme songs of cartoons or Disney, songs from, rides, the Splash Mountain ride, there was like a song that was like a long song that would literally play throughout the ride. So there was like, it would be zippity doo dah, and then like them being like, oh no, we're coming up to the waterfall, and then like there was a scary ass fucking part where it was all like woo, woo, and I would like cover my ears and scream at the top of my lungs for my dad to like switch it. So I don't know why he didn't just like snap that CD in half and throw it away. But like, so certain songs would scare me. I remember there was a song from Ren and Stimpy that like, it was some game that was like, don't pee on the electric fence or something, like legit. And there was like a theme song to it in the show because it was like a commercial or something. And there was this part of the song that would get like scary and like it sounded like someone was screaming, probably because they peed on the fence and got shocked. And I would fucking cover my ears and scream because it just sounded scary, which like listening to it now, I'd probably be like, this is the dumbest shit ever, not scary at all. But some songs would scare the absolute fucking shit out of me if it was like not like happy, like bubbly songs. If it was like any sort of deep, scary sounds, like freak me the fuck out. Also, I was afraid of the dark massively, and I am still massively afraid of the dark. I sleep with the TV on, lights on, like night lights everywhere, Christmas lights hanging up, anything, like anything besides like the big light, like the in my room. Every other thing is on. Any other light in my room besides like the big light in any room will be on. And I keep the TV on because I need the glow from the TV and also the sound, so I'm not sitting in the complete silence. Because if like I hear one little creak of something falling over in the corner, I'll like jump out the fucking window on the third story like floor. Chris is thinking something. What are you thinking of?
I just remembered like something that's like slightly traumatizing, which is related to that, which is I remember there was this thing that happened, which I was like really young. I think I don't remember how young. I think was I home? I don't think I was home. I think I heard the story later, which was like my mom was home with like my dog, and she thought she heard someone like walking upstairs in our house. I think I may have told you too.
You did.
Before,
you did. Yep.
but the audience wants to know.
Yes.
So call the police. Obviously, like hiding like in the room, calling the police. They show up, check the entire house, check like the attic, which the attic for our house was literally like a board that was put in like a ceiling area that you had like it was like kind of heavy and lifted up. And, like, no one was there, ever, but I'm sure, like, that probably, like, messed me up, too, because I would, like, literally check, like, everything, like, before going to bed, like, to make sure, like, no one was there. And also our house was, like, always being built when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So there's just, like, areas that were, like, not finished, like, rooms where it's, like, I don't even, like, want to go in there, because there's, like, someone, like, waiting to, like, kill me, probably.
Yeah. Probably what it was is someone probably was in your house and they thought it was empty and like heard her, so they like hid or like jumped out, ran into the woods or something.
Probably. They like it was either nothing, spooky ghost, or they like did hear it and like got out.
Yeah,
but no one was like there.
It's terrifying.
Shit, dog.
Literally terrifying.
Yeah, we did like live near a beach, so there was always like people like yelling at the beach and like. Sometimes like drunk people coming to our house like randomly. Yeah,
I remember that you started with that story and then told, or maybe it was the other way, but you told those two stories together last time. That's like, that's terrifying. If anyone came to my fucking house, like if someone just came and knocked on our door, I'd be like, fuck all the way off.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck away.
Well, I also didn't like the door when I was a kid too, because our one at the bottom of the stairs was also like nice like glass with like the like foggy like white glass stuff, but it was enough where like someone could like look in essentially.
Ugh.
Like if like they like wanted to, so it's like that just shit. Like I was just like always on like edge. Not really, but like I don't know, just a kid being scared of the dark.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Yeah, terrified of the dark. My biggest fear, I'm like kind of afraid of heights. Like I feel like I wasn't when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I kind of like. If I'm up high, I'm like my legs start like wiggling and like shaking. I'm like, I'm scared.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. And my biggest fear. Oh, I'm kind of scared of zombies for some reason. I like feel like zombies could like actually happen, like some sort of like epidemic, and there's zombies. So that's a dumb one. Now that my biggest fear ever is vomit. Anything that has to do with vomit, I am petrified. I hate the sound. I hate the smell. I hate the sight. I hate the thought. I hate all of it. All of it. Anything that has to do with vomit. It's terrifying. I hate it. I, one time, dated someone, and we wanted to go to the movies, but we couldn't decide if we wanted to go or not, so we were stalling, and we're like, we're either going to sit here all night doing nothing or, like, go to the movies and, like, potentially have fun. So we're like, all right, fine. He was starving. He inhaled a bowl of SpaghettiOs and chugged a lemonade, and we're driving. We're probably, like, 20-something minutes away from my house, and he's just like, pull over. I'm like, what? He's like, pull over, I'm gonna get sick. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Literally, like, drifted off the road. He opened the door, and as soon as he opened the door, he started puking. I literally, like, floor it with my door open, just leaving him there, and he's walking. Oh my god, I'm about to, like, call him right now and scream at him, but he starts fucking walking. I'm covering my ears, I'm closing my eyes, and, like, but I need to, like, get out of the road because I still was kind of in the road. So I'm, like, pulling forward, and he starts walking up, like, in front of my car, puking for some reason. So I fucking floor it and drive past him again, and he starts walking towards my car again, just projectile vomiting. So I literally reach over, shut my door, drive home, just left him there.
What? Was this, like, on, like, just a normal road, or
It
what?
was, like, it was Route 1, so it was, like, kind of like a, not highway, but it was, like, fast car.
What the
You're going,
fuck?
like,
You left someone on a road? Damn.
I dumped him. I was mad. I was also a bitch. Like, I was horrible to all of my ex-boyfriends, but I literally was just like, bye. Literally drive home. I call my sister and my best friend, and I was like, you guys can go pick him up because I'm going home. I was like, he was puking and, like, walked near my car, and I pulled forward, and he was continued walking towards my car. So I left him and dumped him. So my sister and my best friend went and picked him up. So he basically stood there for about, like, a half an hour. And my sister brought him home, and I made him throw away the shoes that he was wearing because he threw up. And I was afraid they splashed on his shoes, so I made him throw his shoes away and buy new shoes. And, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep. But I dumped him because of it. And he also, another time, this is his fucking fault. I'm about to call him right now and scream at him. This is his fucking fault. He went to a trade school where he's a plumber, and 1 week they would do all plumbing. It was called shop. So they'd have shop week, and then the next week would be all classes. So they would alternate doing shop week in classes. And 1 week when he was in shop, he was sick, and one of his friends filmed him puking in, like, the sink in the classroom, and they were all dying laughing, like, they thought it was hilarious. Like, I think he, like, forced himself to throw up, kind of, because he didn't feel good, so he's like, maybe I'll feel better if I throw up. So his friend recorded him throwing up. My sister and I went to go pick him up at school, and he whips out his phone. I'm driving, my sister's in the passenger seat, he's in the back seat. He whips out his phone, holds it up in between our seats to show my sister the video of him throwing up. Literally, put on my blinker, whip off the side of the road, get out, open his fucking door. I'm like, get the fuck out. He's like, what, are you kidding? I'm like, fuck no, you know I hate puke. He had the volume on, he had it right in the corner of my eye. Out the fuck side, close the door, drive off. This was 40 minutes away from home, and it was more like 35. And, like, yeah, 35. And I drove home. Literally left him there, and his phone died. And actually, no, I drove like 15 minutes up the road, and my sister was like, you need to go pick him up. Like, you need to go pick him up. We're calling him. It's going straight to voicemail. And we're like, his phone fucking died. Turned around, tried to find him, couldn't find him anywhere, drove home. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to dump him. And apparently, right before his phone died, or he walked to a store, used their phone, and called his friend. His friend drove and picked him up. So, yep.
That's insane.
You like these bitch stories? I can go on for hours of me being an awful fucking girlfriend. But, yeah. I hate puke. I grew up with my sister constantly throwing up for some reason. She always threw up. I think she used to eat too much that would make her throw up. Like, I can think of, like, handfuls of stories of us going somewhere. We'd go get Chinese food, and she would eat so much that she would have to go throw up. It's like, you dumb bitch. And for some reason, my sister couldn't be like, I don't feel good. I need to go use the restroom. She would just sit where she was or stand where she was and just puke.
What the hell?
Not move and just puke. So it's like, one time we were sitting in my mom's room and my sister is just sitting on my mom's bed and just projectile vomits all over my mom's bed. My mom was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because my mom got her a bucket because she knew that Sarah wasn't feeling well, and my sister just sat where she was and just puked everywhere instead of leaning over and puking into the bucket. She's a dumb bitch. About to call her too. About to fucking FaceTime 3-way call my ex-boyfriend and my sister.
On the podcast, am I yelling at people for 10 minutes?
Like, you fucking losers.
Weekly segment.
Yeah.
So I was yelling at people?
Calling all the people in my life who have thrown up and be like, you, in 4th grade, or this kid ate pizza for dinner the night before, got sick in class, and he threw up and it was red.
Oh.
It's because he had pizza sauce.
Oh.
And I remember for years, anytime I talked to him, like, why the fuck were you throwing up red? He's like, I had pizza. Like, I don't know. And I just would freak out. I'm like, you threw up red, and I was traumatized. And another time,
Oh my
I was
God,
like,
Emma.
see? I could have a whole fucking podcast talking about my puke stories. One time, this will be the last one I tell, because this one, to me, is probably the worst. Actually, no, I had 2 more.
God.
I had 2 more. I'm going to tell one with my sister. Did I already say that? The bunk bed one?
Yes. Yeah,
that's
that
the
was
last,
the last episode.
Okay, so then I only have one more story. So this one's probably the worst besides that one time. And if you listen to the last episode, I talked about my sister puked and I put my hand in it and it was awful. But I went to a fair. Shout out to the Topsfield Fair in Mass. And there was the boat ride, the pirate ship ride where it rocks back and forth. And I literally can remember the song that they were blaring. They were blaring the Bruins. Oh, 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 oh. And I was traumatized. I couldn't listen to that song for years. Years. If that song came on, I would cover my ears and scream.
God.
But some kid was on the ride, and I got severe OCD from this incident, literally. The kid was on the ride and threw up, and they stopped the ride early, and I was standing in the line next to it with my dad. We were going to go on the bumper cars, and because I was afraid of, like, going on a lot of rides. I didn't really like to go on any rides, no roller coasters until I got older. I love roller coasters now, but we were in line for the bumper cars. Kid puked. They stopped the ride. Kid got off, was smiling, like, laughing, clearly, like, embarrassed or something, but seeing him covered in puke, smiling and laughing, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Then they start hosing down the ride and running the ride to wash it off and splash out the water. Where I am is tarp covering the bumper cars, and it's just splashing on all the people who are all standing in line. It's just splashing everywhere. And it was fucking white and chunky like clam chowder. I can literally picture it.
White
and I'm
and chunky.
fucking traumatized. And I heard a rumor that, I don't know where this comes from because it literally makes no sense, but I thought, someone was like, yeah, they let the ride run for 15 minutes long. Which I don't even know that, no, they wouldn't. 15 minutes, it's like probably 15 seconds. Like, but, so that's why I hate the number 15. I hate the radio being on 15. Sean always puts the TV onto volume 15. I sit there and panic. When I'm driving, I can't look at exit 15. I can't look at it, or like, I think something bad's gonna happen. And for some reason, when I went to the fair that one time, I was getting ready fast, and I had my underwear on inside out. For years after that, I had to wear my underwear inside out, because I was afraid something bad would happen if I didn't.
Vomit, like, destroys your life.
Yeah, I literally got, like, severe OCD from it. But yeah, that could be a whole nother episode, talking about all my issues from puke. But yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
It also reminded me that I was also am probably, I don't know, afraid of, like, rides, like roller coasters and shit. Yeah.
Huh.
Like, I remember, like, going on, like, one at, like, Legoland once in, like, California when I was, like, there, and then, like, wanted to, but was, like, terrified, like, the entire time.
Oh my god. Didn't you come with us to Canopy?
No.
Who came with us to Canopy?
Nobody.
I was working.
No, I thought you and Josh came with us.
No, I didn't.
What?
You guys went.
They never come with us?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, for some reason I thought you did.
No.
Oh, well. I also went through a phase with Will that we went to Six Flags and Canby Lake Park like a handful of times, but so maybe I was thinking of Will.
Maybe.
But you don't like rides?
I mean, I might like them now, but I didn't like them when I was younger.
I never rode any real rides until 2016. 2016, we went to Canby Lake Park. My friends forced me to go onto the new ride, Untamed, at the time, and my whole body was numb. I was so scared, and it was the most fun ever, and roller coasters are my favorite thing now. Whenever I go to any amusement park, all I want to do is go on the roller coasters. I want to go through loops. It's so fucking fun. I don't like spinning, really, but looping I will just fucking loop for hours. Loop-de-loop and pull.
Yes.
The loops,
I love
brother.
looping.
Speaking of loops, I'm going to go have some Fruit Loops. We're going to end this episode.
Sean, do you have any other fears you want to end on?
No.
All right.
Fear of not getting enough listeners.
Fear of you guys not following and subscribing.
And leaving a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Help us out, you know?
Yeah. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Monolith64 as a temporary home until we actually make one for this podcast specifically. And what are the Instagrams and stuff?
The Lumpy Milk Podcast on Instagram. Follow us.
And it's a Lumpy Pod on Twitter.
All right.
Is that it?
And YouTube, Lumpy Milk Pod.
Yep.
Podcast on YouTube.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And,
have you connected your stuff to that yet?
Every time... I'm choking. Every time that we do the outro, Sean says the YouTube, you say the Twitter, and I say the Instagram. Okay?
It's official?
It's official.
It's official. No, we're Lumpy Milk Pockets.
Oh. All right, goodbye. What?
Bye.
What?
See ya.
Bye.